Hello everyone, my name is Cameron and welcome back to your regularly scheduled nonsense. And as you've probably read the title of this video, and if you've watched the 10 favorite and least favorite platinum videos, you know that I talked about a platinum challenge that I'm going to be doing in 2025. And I want to specify, I will be streaming as much of this as I can. I probably won't stream every second of what I'm going to be doing, just because you'll understand when I get to it. But I will stream as much of it as I can, be trying to stream everything to do with the challenge at least once or twice. Maybe a few more times. God, this lighting thing is really starting to bother me. I wonder. Maybe that will balance it a bit. Maybe? I don't know. Doesn't really look like it balanced it very much. But, oh well. I lost my train of thought. I will try to stream these as much as I can throughout the year, because it is going to be a year-long platinum challenge. And originally, I did want to do 100 platinums in a year, but I realized 2025 is supposed to be kind of a year where I have personal things going on, and supposed to be. Then again, so was last year, or so was this year, whatever. So I didn't really want to put myself in a situation where I couldn't be spending the time to get the platinums I needed. Not to mention, I'm only at like 59 platinums on this year for 2024. Maybe I'll to stretch that to 60 before the end of the year. I don't know yet. Depends on if I can get through UFC 3's career mode. Yeah, it was a hell of a year. I focused a lot, and I had personal things going on this year as well, obviously, so I couldn't just dedicate as much time as I normally would to trophy hunting. Obviously, I had Dalton's wedding, so I was down in Illinois for that, and then Jesse Howe and I went and saw Marshmello live in concert, which was really fun, and I genuinely just had a lot of personal things going on this year where I was not really having the time to platinum video games as much as I could. That paints me really blue. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay, never mind. It was a thought. It did not work. So I had to really think long and hard about what I wanted to do as far as a platinum trophy challenge was going to go. And I thought about maybe doing 30 platinums in 30 days. The only issue with that is, again, I don't always have the time to play. I work an actual job. I don't have all the time in the world to play games. Not to mention, curating a list for that takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of focus to, okay, how many of these games are long-ass grinds? How many of these games are just kind of short and sweet? You know, how many of these games are going to be things I actually genuinely want to play? Things like that. And obviously, I do know that for both that and 100 platinums in a year, I could definitely do, like, a bunch of shovelware games like Stroke the Dick Dick and the Jumping Burrito and things like that, and My Name is Mayo. But the thing is, I don't want those types of games on my trophy list. I genuinely enjoy playing the games that I'm playing and like experiencing something rather than just pressing a button over and over again for a platinum. So it took me a bit, and somebody had kind of asked in the Mayor Hairbear Discord, and I've seen this challenge done a few times, and it was kind of like, you know what, I'm going to do that. That's a good idea. Somebody had asked if anyone was planning to do the Alphabet Challenge for Platinums, the Alphabet Platinum Challenge, A to Z Platinum, whatever you want to call it. I had seen, I believe, Sanders and Satire both do this challenge already, and that was kind of what made me want to do this. I'd actually made a list originally like a year ago in like August of 2023 when Jesse and I were in Detroit, and I thought about doing it, and I talked about that. I did talk about how I wanted to do this challenge, but I wasn't dead set on this being the challenge for 2025. But eventually I decided it makes the most sense. It can fit into my personal life schedule. There's only 27 games that I have to platinum throughout the year, which I've proven the last 3 years I can get over that. I've done 40 plus for the last 3 years, so not the hardest thing in the world for me to do. It means I can get a lot of games off of my backlog, and I mean a lot of games. This is not, I think there's 3 games on here that I don't currently own, and there was only like 2 or 3 games on here that I didn't own prior to making this list. And I do now own both of those games. So there's only like 5 games on this that I didn't genuinely own or have through PS Plus, whether that be premium or non, or just like, actually gotten through free games. So most of these I did already own, and most of these are already in my backlog. Every one of these games, except one, which we'll get to, is going to be 0 to 100%ed or 0 to platinum, depending on if I don't really want to buy the DLC. Depends on if I enjoy the game enough to warrant buying a DLC pack if they have one. I don't actually know. I know one game has it. I don't know about the rest, if any of the others have DLCs. Actually, I do know one other game that I do own the DLC for already, so I could do the 100% on that. But again, I'll get to that game in a minute as to why I don't think I'll go for the platinum and the 100% on that one. That one might just be 0 to platinum. But I'm going to do my best, except for one game. One game does have a single trophy that I got like 6 years ago. So by the time I finish it, it'll be like almost 7 years since I got the first trophy. So I'll be restarting the game anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. But let's go into what I'm going to be doing for this challenge, and go over why I chose each game as we go. So for A, I chose A Plague Tale: Innocence. Jesse has played this game. I don't know if he's played Requiem yet or not, but this is one I wanted to do for a long time, and I have it through PS Plus, and so I was like, or I bought it, I can't remember for sure. I think PS Plus. And I was like, I really do want to do a game that I've been meaning to do for a long time, and I really wanted to play, and so this one just kind of jumped out at me. I did originally, when I originally made this list over a year ago, Alan Wake Remastered was actually in this spot, but I watched Mayor Harebear play through, and I said, I don't really want to do that for a platinum challenge. I'd rather just get that platinum in my own time, because it's a game that I need to dedicate time to. So, Plague Tale: Innocence got this spot. Next, for B, we have Baja: Edge of Control. Again, I absolutely love racing games. They're one of my favorite genres, and I've had this one for a very long time, so I decided to go through it finally and use this as an opportunity to play through it and get it off of my backlog list of games I've bought on sale and not played. Next, we have Cat Quest. This is actually the first game out of all 27 that I don't own legitimately. That's through PS Plus Premium. I've seen so many people play this game. I've been meaning to play it for a long time. There's 2 other games to this franchise, so if I like this one enough, I'll probably end up playing Cat Quest 2 and 3 at some point. Originally this was going to be Cult of the Lamb, but I guess some of the updates have made some of the trophies a little bit harder to get. So I decided I'd just wait to do that one until a later date when I can enjoy it a little bit more and sit down and kind of focus on it more heavily, not be bogged down so soon and so close to the start of this challenge. Next, for D, we have Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. This is the game that I played 6 years ago, have a trophy on it for beating the first mission, and that's it. I don't remember why I stopped playing this game, but it kind of worked out for the best because now I'm going to play it through this. This is one that I'm going to have to probably focus on a very specific mode, like the Breach mode first. Try to get the online specific trophies because the servers are kind of back and forth on if they work or not. Try to get those out of the way, and that way I can move on to the story and the DLC and things like that afterwards and not have to worry too much. This is probably going to be one of the longest games on this list, to be honest, because it is genuinely a lot to do for the platinum and for the 100%. Next, we go on to E for Endling. Extinction is Forever. I've had this one for a bit. This was actually, again, also on the original list. So was Baja: Edge of Control. I've just wanted to play this game for a while. I know that there's apparently some glitchiness that can happen with one of the trophies, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen to me, and I can get through it pretty easily. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. Next, for F, we have Far Cry Primal. I've owned this one for a while as well. I actually bought this one when I did Minecraft Story Mode. Back when I played Minecraft Story Mode, got that platinum. That's how far back I've owned this game for, and I just haven't touched it. And I said, you know what? I really want to get back into Far Cry. I haven't played one in a while. I think the last one I played was Far Cry 4, and that was like a good year ago now, at least. So I want to do another Far Cry game, and Far Cry Primal is one that I haven't touched yet. have heard really good things about. And I actually just saw Study, I think, do Far Cry Primal in one of his videos. So really looking forward to trying this one out and playing through it. Next for G, we have Ghostwire Tokyo, another game I've had for a bit through PS Plus, and yeah, or I bought it. I can't remember if I bought it before it dropped on PS Plus. But yeah, one I've heard really good things about and really want to play through. Probably going to be another one of the longer ones, I would think. I don't entirely know how long the game is, but I do know there's a lot of collectibles to do, so there's that. Next, we have Hot Wheels Unleashed. This is also probably going to be a very long one on this list. And for those of you wondering, I'm only going to start the next letter when I finish the previous one. So I can't start Baja until I finish the Plague Tale. I can't start Cat Quest until I finish Baja, so on and so forth down the entire list. So Hot Wheels Unleashed might be the first big roadblock I end up getting throughout this. But I'm still really looking forward to it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I have both this game and the sequel. I really should have played through this a year ago, but I've been very stubborn about it and kind of just putting it off, and now I'm regretting it because now I'm going to have to do it for this. But yeah, probably going to be the biggest roadblock. And for those of you wondering, will I still get platinums in other games that are not dedicated to this challenge throughout the year? Yes, I plan on still doing other games for platinums that do not have to do with the A to Z platinum list. However, my main focus will be on this list. So the start of the year to probably like halfway through the year, this will probably be most of my platinums. Sorry, not sorry. So when the next Platinum Journey video comes out, if you're wondering why it's in ABC order like that, that's why. Next for I with It Takes Two, I'm probably going to rope Jesse into playing this one with me, unless I can convince Ella to be out here and play through it with me. Don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. Actually thought about doing this one last year when Alex and I, because Alex was going through it, and I thought about helping him out with getting it and getting it done myself. And then I can't remember if it got removed from PS Plus or if I was just focused on a different game at the time, was trying to finish up a grind on something else and just couldn't join him at the right time. It felt really bad, but he ended up finding somebody to help him with it, so that was nice at least. And I really should have played it with him at that time because I'd be done with it now and not have it on this list, but oh well. Next for Jay, we have Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy. This is another one through PS Plus and probably going to be a pain in my ass because Jak and Daxter is a collectathon nightmare, but they did just release like a new version of it on PS5, I guess. So probably going to be playing through that one. It seems like some of the trophies might be a little easier. But I've been meaning to really get into Jak and Daxter again for a bit, and playing through Daxter and Secret Agent Clank really has me wanting to play more of both franchises. So yeah, definitely gonna be worth it. Next for K, we have Killzone Liberation. Look, I needed something for K that I've played before, which I've played Killzone Liberation a long time ago on PSP. So yeah, it's a standard shooter. Shouldn't take me too long, hopefully. Hopefully I won't end up regretting it. Next, moving on to L, we have L.A. Noire. Yeah, another one I've owned for like a year and a half, 2 years, and just haven't touched. So it will be another one to get off my backlog. I think actually, hold up. If I remember correctly, where's my story? Yeah, it's still downloaded. It's been downloaded on my PS4 for like at least a year, and I have yet to touch it. So this will be a good one to get off of the list as well. Next for M, we have Maid of Sker. So if you just watched my favorite Platinums video, you know that I was talking about how I want to play this game and have been meaning to play it for a long time. So this one is definitely going to be a fun one to go through, and I'm really looking forward to it. Again, I haven't played it yet, so really, really excited to jump into it for the first time and get to experience what is a very niche indie horror game from what I know. And yeah. Next for N, we have Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I have been meaning to do this one for a while as well. I have every other Need for Speed on PS4 and PS5 done. I have done Unbound. I have done Rivals. I have done the 2015 reboot, or whatever year the reboot came out. I can't remember for sure. I've done Payback. I've done Heat. This is the only one I have not done yet, so it seemed like the perfect time to get it out of the way. I don't know if I can do the 100% on this one, as I think some of the DLCs may not work on the remaster as well as they're supposed to. So possible that this will just be a platinum. Again, I don't have the Need for Speed platinum either from 2015, so like I'm still missing 5 trophies, I think it is. 4 or 5. I'm at 96%. I'm super close. I'm missing rep level 70, which is just a pain in the ass grind that I didn't want to do at the time. And then, yeah, so 3 trophies. And then winning all the prestige events and winning gold on all the prestige events, which just takes so much skill and luck and timing that I just don't really want to do. Just kind of took a break from it. I'll probably get it at some point whenever I decide to become a sadomasochist. Next for we have Orcs Must Die 3. I've owned this one for like 2.5, 3 years, and I'm finally going for it. It's a little tower defense game, I believe. So I'm really looking forward to doing this one and just getting it off the list and getting to enjoy it. Next, we have probably the next big blockade game, Power Wash Simulator. I've heard this game can be a pain in the ass. It's got a lot that needs to be done, so I might be biting myself in the ass doing this one. Don't know if I'm going to do the DLC on that one just yet. Some of it is on sale, so I could technically get some of the DLC right now and do the DLC if I really want to. But more or less, I just want to see where I'm at going through the platinum itself, and then I'll figure out from there. Next, for Q, we have Quest Hunter. This is one of the ones I don't own yet. Look, Q games are really difficult to find. Especially ones that have platinums. There's a lot of games that start with Q. You have both Quickflash games. Neither has a platinum. You have a game called Quantum Error, I think is what it's called. Doesn't have a platinum. You have Qbert. Doesn't have a platinum. And then you have a bunch of shovelware quiz games that I'm not going to fucking put on my list. So yeah, unfortunately Quest Hunter is about like the only game with a Q that I could find that actually has a platinum. So hopefully I don't regret this game. It does look like it's a lot of fun, so we'll see. Next, for R, we have Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Again, like I said, I want to get back into the Ratchet & Clank and Jak and Daxter franchises, so hopefully by the end of like 2026, I can have the entire franchise of both done, is my hope. Don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Next, for S, we have Saints Row, and this is the one I said I'm probably not going to do the 100% on because I don't think I'm going to really enjoy this game. More or less, it was just I wanted to get it out of the way because I just want to have it done and haven't done it yet. So yeah, hopefully I enjoy it to some degree. I probably won't enjoy it as much as I would hope to, but next, for T, we have The Escapists. I have the second game's platinum and 100%. Have yet to touch the first game, so this will be kind of fun to go back and see how different the first game is compared to the second game. Next, we have Unravel 2. I had a blast playing on the first Unravel, so I'm really looking forward to playing this one. Excuse me. Another game that is technically co-op, so I could technically play through this with Jesse or somebody else if I really wanted to. We'll see what I end up signing with that one. Next, for V, we have V Rising. Again, much like with Q, there was not a lot of option for this one, and V Rising was, while it's got a really grindy platinum and may end up being removed from this list, it may end up be changed out for something else. I haven't fully decided yet, because as far as I know, the platinum does take a lot of grinding and a lot of doing, so this might end up being changed off of the list at some point if I find that I just don't want to do what the requirements for the platinum are, because I don't think there's a guide for it either, which makes it just hard, a lot harder in general. So this may end up being changed out at some point. I haven't decided yet. W, we have Wanted Dead. This is one I've owned for a bit, and again, much like with V and Q, this didn't have a lot of options, so I was like, well, I own Wanted Dead on disc. Why don't I just do that and get that out of the way? Because then it just removes that game from my list, from my backlog, because I've owned it for like, I don't know, like 9 months or something like that. And I haven't touched it yet because I just haven't wanted to. I haven't had the free time to really jump into it. Get it out of the way and use it for the W spot because I needed a W anyway. Next for X, we have Xenon Racer. This is like a fucking $15 racing game. Again, X was really difficult to find games for. I saw this one and said, why not? It looks like it could be fun. Next for Y, we have Yooka-Laylee. Now, this is actually getting a remaster very soon. So by the point in time I get to Yooka-Laylee, I may be able to do the remaster of the game instead of the original. We'll see what ends up happening. I don't know. This is a very collectathon heavy game. Again, I wish I could have found something different for you. This is probably not what I really wanted to do. I didn't want to do Yakuza 0 because I already have a decent amount of trophies in that game, and everything else for Y just kind of didn't really fit as much as I would have liked it to. So, yeah, Yooka-Laylee was just kind of the game that I fell to. Next, for Z, we have Zombie Army Trilogy. This is going to be hard because I think it requires a few people for one of the trophies. It requires a full lobby, I think, for one of the trophies. So, at some point, I'm going to have to rope Alex and some people, who knows who else, into helping me get this platinum out of the way. But very excited to play through Zombie Army Trilogy. Heard it's a lot better than Zombie Army 4, so there's that. And finally, for the number platinum, I'm going to be doing 101 Ways to Die, which, look, I haven't played. I've heard things about it. I've seen what it looks like. I do own it because it was on sale, but we'll see if I end up regretting the decision to put that game on the list or not. But that is the full list of 27 for the A to Z Platinum Challenge that I'm going to be doing in 2025. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any games you think I could switch out potentially, or any games you'd recommend if I decide to do this challenge again at some point. Let me know if you have your own personal challenge that you're going to be going for Platinums in 2025. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay golden. Peace.